When I had Sophie, she was adored, she was loved, she was cared for. I would never have seen this coming. I would never have envisaged the path that we went down as a family. And looking back now, I actually realised that all children can be at risk. My daughter Sophie got into difficulty online. She viewed extremely difficult, harmful content, and I'm here today to share my story so that other parents both know the risks, but also where to get help if they end up in the same situation as me. Sophie was born in the year 2000. She was a millennium baby, and she was a really easy baby. She was beautiful, bubbly, bright. She was cared for, loved, wanted. She really struggled with her mental health from an early age. When Sophie was about maybe 9, 10, we decided after a lot of pressure to allow Sophie to have a mobile phone. We were very strict in our parental controls at home. And if Sophie was at school, I know the school had a very strict policy of controlling their internet as well. And because she was vulnerable and because she had low self-esteem, she did explore the internet to her detriment and looked at some pretty awful things. Privacy settings at home don't work on their own. There are so many other ways to connect to the internet, such as 4G or public Wi-Fi. It's really important to have regular conversations with your child about what they're doing online. She started about the age of 11 or 12 to deteriorate. And it was about this time that I asked one day to check her history on the phone. And she became really defensive. And at that point, I discovered some really distressing material. Sophie had been accessing violent pornography. Sophie had been on social media sites, online sites, and talking to men that were significantly older than her. And in fact, she had made up a whole persona for herself. She said that she was older than she was. She even said that she worked in a shop. She said what kind of wine she liked, that she preferred red to white. She had managed to create quite a believable fake person. We also ended up having to get the police involved because some of the men that she had been contacting had sent semi-naked images of themselves. You can visit the NSPCC website, where there's lots of help on how to have difficult conversations with your children, as well as advice and information. Sophie's mental health continued to deteriorate, and in 2014, Sophie took her own life, and she was aged just 13. When we examined her internet use afterwards, there were images of self-harm readily available. There were suggestions of how she could take her own life, and she'd even posted pictures of herself and her own self-harm on her own social media accounts. I want parents to know that there's help out there to set up parental controls and get advice as to how to keep your child safe online. If you're worried about your child, NSPCC helpline is always there. It's really hard to talk about this topic for me, but it's important that we have these conversations. It's important that parents know that there is help out there, that there are places that they can find out the information that they need. You're not alone in this.